Hi, this is Jason Krantz with Kingpin Car Marine Audio, and today we're going to be taking apart this 2021 Road Glide and upgrading with awesome audio. It all starts with the factory locations up front. We're going to go ahead and replace that. We're going to do the brand new Diamond Audio lid kit, where we're going to do a 6.9 underneath there. We're going to add a 4-channel amp behind the radio, and then on top of that we're going to de-equalize the radio so we can get good clean sound out of the factory, and then we're going to go ahead and put our oscilloscope on the amp. When we're done, we get you the Kingpin sound. A lot of people ask, what's the difference of Kingpin than a standard stereo shop? Well, one of the features we have is we take pride in your motorcycle just as much as you do. So our first thing it's going to do when it comes in is we're going to put it up on the front tire stand there to make sure it doesn't fall over. That's really highly important because the last thing we want to do is hurt your baby. And then we're going to do protective, before you tear it down, we're going to do protective tapes and coatings on it. And then we have a rack system over here that we put all the parts and pieces on and organize. So when they're off the bike, there's no way they're going to get scratched and dinged up. That's just the Kingpin difference. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to RTA the factory unit to see exactly what that factory is doing. I want to showcase that to you guys to see how much Harley-Davidson is compressing that. Now they do that because they don't want you to blow up their speakers. In our other video, we'll showcase the different style speakers and you'll be able to physically see the difference of those speakers. But let's go ahead and get the RTA on this and see what it's doing. All right, so what we have here is this is the current EQ setting out of the radio itself. And what it tells me right here is at 80 hertz, it's cutting it off. And that makes total sense. There's no subwoofer on here. And these speakers necessarily are designed for low and bass. And when we pull the speakers out in our other video, you'll be able to see why. So this is actually crossed over as about 100 hertz actually on down. And then it's kind of jumbly here. And then we got a huge peak at 4, 5, 6K, which shows right up here. And what that peak is representing is they're boosting the female voice, upper male voice, the words is the easiest way to describe it. They're boosting those pretty hard because I know they have a helmet on. So it's going to get a little bright and tingy, especially at loud volumes. It's just not going to sound natural. So we'll go ahead and EQ this when we're all said and done, but let's get a nice flat curve by using our computer to de-equalize this radio. So here's what we got. A lot of people say, can you really make the Harley speaker sound better? And I'm here to tell you yes. Here's why. This right here is like about a 1/2-inch tweeter, and this right here is the motor structure of that speaker. This thing is crazy. Even the cone area is only about 4 1/4 inches instead of a full 6.5, which is the basket size. Now what we're replacing this with, and this is what we do here at Kingpin, is we're going to a full 6.5-inch speaker designed specifically for the motorcycle with a larger tweeter in the middle. It's actually got a little cone, wizard cone on here. It's going to help with the mid-range reflection. And obviously the motor structure, it's superior. You're gonna get great sound quality out of this speaker by itself, especially when you put an amp to it. The other neat part about this speaker is it's white cone. You might go, I don't know if I want a white cone showing behind the grills in it. And we have offered these both in the white cone and not. The cool part about the white cone is it's got RGB Ws built into it. So if you do the controller rewired up, I can change the color of these speakers. So when you're riding at night, you can also have the lights to go along with your bike. And today we're going to showcase the brand new Diamond Audio lid kits. These are super, super cool. So this is going to go in our 2021 Harley Road Glide. And here's what the kit looks like. Okay, so we're going to end up cutting the hole for the grill. And then this sandwiches behind that cut opening and allows us to mount our speaker into it. It looks really awesome. So you guys will be able to see the finished product. All right, so what we've done is we've gone ahead and got all the speakers done, and then right here is the factory radio of the Harley. Now we've used our update package with our computer to de-equalize that, and the magic goes right behind here. This is our amp rack that we have now fabricated, where the amplifier sits below the radio, and we're actually using the bolts right here of the amp to go through the threaded part of the actual bike itself, and then it's going to thread into our plastic piece to hold that in position so it doesn't bounce around. The other thing that we've done with the amp rack is we've added all our quick disconnects that go into the factory speakers along with signal. This allows us to take the amplifier in and out very easily for serviceability. This is what we do on all our vehicles, including the motorcycles. So now the next thing is we're going to set it up with our oscilloscope, and then we'll be ready to play music. All right, this is our oscilloscope. The magic behind this is it allows me to look at the signal and I can see if it's a clipped signal or not. The cool part about it is it gives me the voltage and it gives me the frequency that we're looking at and then shows me the graph so I know where it's at. I can take that voltage at the top and then Ohm's law and figure out exactly how much the amplifier is putting out, and I can tailor that to the wattage of continuous power that the speaker is. This makes all our systems sound louder and cleaner. All right, now that we have the amplifier oscilloscope, we use our RTA to set the crossover frequencies. One of the most important things besides that in tuning any audio system, including the motorcycle, is polarity testing all the speakers to make sure we have everything in phase. When it's out of phase, we're going to lose bass response and it's going to be very hollow and shallow sounding and not warm and full. So let's go ahead and take care of that next. All right, we got the bike all back together, so it looks factory, and that's the whole point of this, is awesome, great sound in factory locations. We've created the factory locations back here. There's actually disconnect plugs, so those are still serviceability. All the cabling's hidden. You got to see the amplifier, then you got to see our special tune, and this is the final product. And now the client can go out and enjoy the music while they're on the road. Click below and subscribe to our channel.